Support's not always going to clap and hype you up. It moves in silence, because that silence is also testing your discipline. The hard truths is testing your discipline. The little subtle nudges is testing your discipline. And trust and believe, all these people that you put around you, all the people that believe in you, whether it's your brother, whether it's your sisters, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your kids, whether it's your team, they're looking to see how serious you are. Because if you're not serious, how can they be serious about what you're trying to do? Take this journey with me. Let's define it. Let's build it. Let's live it together. All right. Let's get this going here. Are we ready? We are ready. Are you guys ready? Let's buckle in. What's going on, you guys? It's Kevin B. the Brand, your one and only boy. And let me ask you guys something real quick. First, I want to welcome you guys back before we even dive into this. Welcome back to Dear Legacy. This is episode 2. If you don't know, we're starting a movement. It's all about living in your legacy right now, not waiting until we leave here, and understanding and defining what legacy means to you, not to what society tells you, not to what your parents is telling you. What does legacy mean to you and how you want to live your legacy? So I'm just going to jump right into it. Let me ask you guys something real quick. Everybody loves to scream, chase your dreams, which is fine. I want everybody to be out there chasing their dreams. That's what we're trying to do here in this journey, in this movement. I want you to go out there and chase your dreams. But nobody really talks about what it costs when you're chasing these dreams. They don't really talk about what it actually looks like. They whisper it in dark corners. They tell themselves, it's almost as if they're gatekeeping a little bit about what it really means to go chase your dreams. And it's not intentional. Everybody wants to be motivational. They want to tell you the good. But what does it really look like when you're chasing your dreams when you have responsibilities? What does it look like when you're chasing your dreams and you have a family? When you have a kid and they're telling you, work your 9 to 5, but work 5 to 9 on your own personal. And we kind of touched base about this earlier before, because we're not accounting for the traffic time. We're not accounting for dinner. We're not accounting for other things that just happen. And you know what else we're not accounting for? Some of us are parents. We're parents. This is why we're even chasing after this dream even more, because we're trying to leave something for those that are coming behind us, right? So when that kid's upstairs and it's past his bedtime and you're trying to do the 5 to 9, in reality, it's not a 5 to 9. You're probably not starting. It's 9:42. That's when you're starting. 9:42, that means you're probably not going to end until midnight, because you got to get them to sleep. You got to do your normal routines. And then that's when it starts, when you're chasing after this. You know what else they don't tell you? They don't tell you about, not that it's a bad thing, not that it's a good thing, but your partner's watching also, because they are part of the team. You told them, hey, I need this. I need you to ride with me real quick. So they're watching. What's this ride looking like? What about the bills? They don't go away. I wish they did, but they don't go away. And there's days that you're just going to be tired, right? And you still know you have to show up. This episode right here, this one is for anybody who's out there trying to dream big while living in the real world. Raising a family, showing up for work, holding it all together, and still trying to build something of their own. Not in theory, but in real life. That's the part. Because now it's no longer a theory, it's no longer a thought, it's doing in real life. That's the journey of it. So today, what we're going to talk about is some hard truths that they're just really not telling you. Well, at least nobody told me, right? You can see it, you can hear it, you can watch enough motivational videos. I can't even speak. I'm just trying to get the message out to you guys. They never really dissect the hard truths about what it really means when you're chasing this dream. When all of real world is hitting you all at once. Because the reality is nobody really cares. They don't. It's unfortunate. Everybody's out for self in a little bit of a way. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your boss is looking for you to get the deadlines. Your kids are looking for you for whatever it is that they're looking for you for. And if they're like mine, it's the latest games. He wants the attention when he wants his attention. Life just be lifing. You know, in my first episode, I shared to you guys how AI checked me. But you know who checks you every single day? Real world. Real world checks you every single day. And it's going to test to see how much you really want this dream of yours. Right? I mean, I asked AI a simple question. Based on everything you know about me, what don't I see about myself? And the responses, I'm not going to tell you every response that it told me before, but the ones that hit to me, no one's impressed with your zero. Give them something to be impressed about. That was one that stuck. It stuck. That one and the one when they was like, you're the engine and the bottleneck. Yeah, they hit. Not because it was so deep, but because it was true. That was my mirror moment. It forced me to confront what I've been avoiding, starting for real, with purpose, intention, even with a full plate. Even with real life just punching me left and right, taking body blows. You would think I'm out here fighting Muhammad Ali the way I just be on the ropes. That moment sparked this podcast, this journey, and the legacy in real time. But what I didn't expect is what it actually really costs while you're chasing these dreams. Because chasing these dreams at 40 plus is different from what it was like when you was 20 something, single, no kids, right? Life's changed. There's different parameters, barriers. Let's keep it open and honest. Today, I'm going to share with you guys five hard truths. 5 hard truths that I had to write down and know to myself, like, if I'm going to chase this dream, what it's going to actually take. I've learned, I'm still learning about how it is to chase this dream in reality while raising this family. While still being me and true to myself. While still trying to be out in the real world, do the 9 to 5, do other businesses, still showing up as the true me. Lots of Red Bulls. I'll tell you that for sure. This isn't motivation. I tell you guys all the time. I'm not here to be the next big motivational speaker. If I motivate you, amazing. I love it. You know, God gave me a gift of gab and a gift to stand behind this microphone and spread a message. I don't do it like the preachers. I don't do it like every motivation. I'm just gonna give it to you the way that I could give it to you. If it resonates, it resonates. If it don't, then there's nothing wrong with that also. I'll probably have another video for you. Maybe this one's just not for you yet. But keep watching. There'll be other videos, and it might not be my voice that you need to hear. It might be a voice of somebody that I bring on that's telling us about their legacy journey, how they build it, how they defined it, how they're actually living it, right? This is real talk. This is part of my open letter to Dear Legacy. This is me just being honest with you guys about the weight, about the wins, the quiet war that goes in your mind when you're trying to build something, right? and you still need to be there for your family's needs all at the same time. So let's jump into it. This is the first hard truth. Nobody's coming to save you. No matter how many videos you watch, no matter how many quotes you post, no matter how many things you write down in the notebooks, right? We all have the notebooks. If you're trying to chase something and you're not writing it down, then it's study has shown when you write down something, it's more likely to happen. I'm always writing down something. Yeah, we live in a digital age. We could put it in the notes apps. We could do the voice memos. We could do all that stuff. It's all the same equivalent. But writing it down, there's something about writing it down and seeing it in your penmanship that makes it a little bit more real, right? Like I said, nobody's coming to save you. No one is waking you up anymore. You're not a child. Your mother and your father, your auntie, your uncle, whoever it was there for you, big brother, they're not coming to wake you up. And if you're at this part of the journey, there's no assistant that's clearing your schedule. There's no assistant that's making your calendar perfect so your life could fit just right so you could do everything that you need to do. That's not happening. No one is there but God himself giving you time and energy. So when you're tired, you got to push through. It's your dream. The vision and the dream was given to you by whoever it is that you believe in, the higher calling that gave it to you, the thing that burns inside of you, it's yours. You know your vision. You know your goals. That's why you wrote them down. That's what you're chasing. You have to carve it all out in the midst of all this chaos. You have to go out there in a full-time job. If you're like me, you're coaching, you're still the husband, you're still the father, brother, uncle, friend, mentor, colleague, whatever title is it, you still got to go out there and amongst all this chaos, you have to make it work. And somehow, still, after it's all done and you're dog tired and you're sitting on that couch and you're looking over. Right now, I'm in a temporary space for my studio, right? And I told you guys, I'm gonna walk you through the whole studio build, what I use, all that stuff. That's for later. That's for later, right? That's a fill-in episode. I got you guys. But when I'm sitting on that couch in the living room, the TV's on, I just finished eating. The day's been long, dealing with a real estate deal, right? Dealing with that real estate deal all day, dealing with the students that I'm working with at the job, dealing with the trucking stuff. It's tax time. So we got to put that stuff in order, right? That's just a few things that you're juggling in the day. And it's still knowing that I got to come in here. I still got to record. I still got to create because I'm still building brands. I'm on this journey. I'm producing for the 3 dots behind the legacy. I'm still writing my open letter. Not because I have more time than you do, not because I stopped waiting for not because I stopped waiting for the perfect time, because perfect doesn't exist. I realized that. We talked about this. Perfect doesn't exist. We talked about that in episode 1. I just gotta sit. I gotta get off of that couch from over there. Take the 5-7 steps. Turn on the lights. Turn on the cameras. Pull up my notes. Pull out my notepad. Grab my Red Bull. That's my purpose. I still got to do it. This is my 85. This is my 85. That's what's waking me up. So the question to you is, what's your purpose? What's going to wake you up? When nobody's there to wake you up, what is going to wake you up? What's going to make you swing your legs across that bed? And I'm not talking about the 9 to 5. That part we already got. I'm not talking about your everyday tasks. This part of the journey, the part it is that you're trying to live in right now to leave behind, the part that you defined and you know this is what it's going to be, what is waking you up in the morning? Nobody's going to create this space for you. Hell, sometimes some people don't even want you in that space. So what makes you think somebody's going to come create the space for you? The only person that's going to create space for you is God himself. Now you got to go apply the pressure. You got to go kick down those doors, right? Sorry for tapping. You guys might hear it. I had to tell myself I had to build a system. And I have to protect my time, right? Remember when episode 1 I told you, it told me I'm the engine and the bottleneck? Meaning I got everything going, but at the same time, I'm slowing it down all at the same time. I'm driving with 2 feet. I'm hitting the gas pedal and I'm hitting the brake all at the same time. So I had to build out the system. In order to protect my time, I had to build a system. 2. For just this part, I got me a team of 2. That team of 2 just created a whole bunch of hours for me. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I got it all together, right? Because even with building that team of 2, that's constantly sending me messages, emails. Hey, what do you think? Hey, what do you think? Hey, what do you think? Then they're demanding their product so that they could do their job that I put them in place to do. I'm still procrastinating, y'all. Even as we speak right now, I'm still procrastinating. I was supposed to record this episode right here so I could get another one in the pocket recording tonight. I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The snow started falling and I was like, I don't feel like working. I wanted to relax. Why? Well, maybe I thought somebody was going to come wake me up. Tiffany tried. She asked, hey, didn't you want to record? You know, I'm putting the systems in place. I'm protecting my time, but yet I'm still wasting my time. Now I'm up here late night. Got to record two episodes tonight. Not for just this one, because I have other things that I've put in place. I've put people in place to keep me in check. But yet I'm still wasting my time. Now it's even later nights, even earlier mornings. I'm saying no to things that's draining me. I'm putting things in systems in place so I won't be drained anymore. But yet I'm the problem still. You bought back your time. You put the systems in place. The notes, you could actually cross things off in the notebook. But instead of crossing things off and getting ahead, you'd rather stay in the place you're at right now. So for me, and to you that's watching this, that's relating to the same things that I'm saying, are we even taking our dreams seriously? Because I don't think we are. The results are going to show up only when we actually show up. Nobody's impressed by your 0. Give them something to be impressed about. Put the work into the 85. Stop wasting your potential. Hard truth number 2. Support just looks different. I gotta say this carefully, right? Because there are people out there that believe in you. They're also watching you at the same time. I told you guys, Tiffany tried to push me at least, I want to say at least twice she asked, if not more, right? And she did it in different ways. She was like, hey, instead of doing this, I know you got to record, so we don't have to do that right now. Yeah, you're right. We're supposed to have our quarterly strategy meeting. She pushed it because she knew I wanted to record. She was like, hey, we can meet next week because I know you wanted to record a couple episodes. I was like, yeah, you're right. I appreciate it. So why is it Tuesday at 9:58? I'm now finally recording. Right? In the last episode, I told you about how my brother and business partner, he showed me a video. Support is different. These people are believing in you, in your vision, and you're not even pouring back into them for pouring into you. You even went out there, like myself, You built a team. Now they're relying on you. You, me. I have a team relying on me to do the work that I said I'm going to do. That's support. When somebody's trying to call you out, that's support. And there's those that just sit in silence watching. Your partner is literally watching your consistency. Your kids are noticing everything that you do. I know for a fact Caden is watching everything that I do. He asked me the other day, I was showing him clips of what Melina had put up on social media. He's like, oh, these are good. How come there's only, what did he say exactly? I want to get him, paraphrase him as best I possibly can. He said, Dad, it said you've been on for months. How come there's only 3 videos? Some of the other YouTubers, they put out 3 videos in a week. That's support also. He's watching what I'm doing. And then he has his critiques. You know, he told me my other show is better than this one. This one's not for him right now. And I asked him, why do you like Roots to Reality a little bit more? Why do you like Please Excuse My Balls a little bit more than Dear Legacy? And then I asked for the ranking system. He told me Roots to Reality just is a little bit more funnier. But in reality, I think it's because I talk about him more. So, you know, he's vain. But he's watching, though. He literally sat there and watched all the clips, then asked to watch the full episode of Dear Legacy. And then when there was only 3 videos on there, he asked me, how come it says you started a channel in November, I think it is, October, whenever the channel was started. But how come there's only 3 videos when other people is putting 3 videos out? Whoa. If that don't hit you different, because a kid, they don't care. There's no filters. And they're not trying to hurt your feelings. They're just telling you the truth, right? That's support. Support's not always going to clap and hype you up. It moves in silence. Because that silence is also testing your discipline. The hard truths is testing your discipline. The little subtle nudges is testing your discipline. And trust and believe, all these people that you put around you, all the people that believe in you, whether it's your brother, whether it's your sisters, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your kids, whether it's your team, they're looking to see how serious you are. Because if you're not serious, how can they be serious about what you're trying to do? Right? You have to be more serious than they are. I had to learn that support isn't always loud, and I have to listen to the subtle little nodes that are being given to me, right? The rearrangement of schedules to accommodate what you're trying to do. I want to say it has nothing to do with her, but it does have to do with her, because she believes in the dream. She believes in her man. She believes in the vision. You know, my team, they believe in the vision. My friends, my family that's been pushing me for over a year, they believe in this vision, and they're waiting for you. Not that they're waiting for you because they're waiting for you to blow up and then you're going to take them and then you're going to take care of them. They just waiting for you because they want to see the success. Because you know what's crazy about seeing success? It makes you want the success too. Not that person's success, just to be successful, just to make sure that you're chasing your dreams. Hey, if Kev did that, knowing everything that Kev got going on, these are the little steps that he took. When I was talking to him about it, when I nudged him, he did it. When he didn't want to do it, he still did it. And look at it now. I can go do that too. You know? It don't have to be loud. Stop waiting for the loud. Stop waiting for the clap. Stop waiting for the cheers. Stop waiting for the adoration. That'll come. Your time will come. Because if that's what you're seeking for, you're too early to the party. You're too early to the party. Even in this YouTube stuff, you got some people, you know, they take off in 7 months. Some people it takes them years before it takes off. For me, that's not the overall goals. I would love for these things to be successful. They will be successful, but it's only going to be successful as long as I allow it to be successful. Sometimes you don't even know. Like, I have my man JT I work with. He doesn't interrupt me while I'm working. It's like a quick walk by, head nod. Hey, bro, I see what you're doing out there. That video hit a little. I see it. I see you. Damn. He said we just work together. And he watching, right? He watching. Because when we sit down, we have our conversations, there's dreams and aspirations that he's trying to chase. So how dare I not keep going for him to keep seeing? We in the same environment. We work the same 9 to 5. He has even more on his plate because of the title that he does. That's the love. That's the part that should keep you going. Let's jump into hard truth number 3. Number 3, sacrifice is real. You want to chase a dream? Cool. Nobody's going to stop you from that. It's your dream, your vision. You know what it is that you're chasing after. But know this, you're going to have to give something up. There's no ways around it. Anybody that's trying to tell you that you'll still get the 8 hours of sleep that you want, you're still going to be able to party, you're still going to be able to do this, you're not going to take no financial hits. I'm not going to call nobody a liar, but they lying. Because the truth of the matter is, it's not just one thing you're going to be giving up. You're going to be giving up multiple things. You just got to. It's a chase. That means you don't obtain it. You can see it, but you got to go get it, right? That's why they call it a chase. But in that chase, while you're going in that forward direction, there's something to the left, right, and behind you that's being left. Not on purpose, not intentionally. Sometimes it has to happen that way, right? There's no ways around that. And for me, I started realizing that even in this past weekend, yes, I was tired. I wanted to get some sleep. The snow is snowy outside. It looks so pretty. I look out my bay window. Oh my God, it's so nice. I just want to relax. I want to get ready for the upcoming week. That's the lie you tell yourself, right? I want to catch up on some sleep for the upcoming week. You still going to be tired. Because you know what I wasn't tired for? I wasn't tired to get ready. I wasn't tired to drive in that snow to get to the sneaker ball. Yes, that's part of the brand. Yes, that's getting back outside. That's part of the chase. But if you're willing to do that part, why aren't you willing to do this part? Why didn't you record? And it wasn't like you was out here creating more runner shows. It wasn't like you was developing and creating new ideas. It wasn't as if you was updating your social media like you was supposed to. It wasn't like you was working on the website. It wasn't like you was working on the merch. It wasn't like you was working on anything at all, but just sitting around. A few things that I got to realize for myself, sleep is a luxury right now. Free weekends, there's no such thing. The moment you became a parent, there was no such thing anyways. Your hours don't even belong to you. So to think that, oh, I finally get a free weekend, stop. Oh, Caden's here and he needs all my attention. Caden would have loved to just sit there and watch you record. He probably would have came and tried to stand right beside you so he could see what you're doing, so he could learn on how he's going to make his YouTube channel better. Now you robbing him of learning. Get out your comfort. You're going to lose comfort. You have to lose comfort. Comfort wasn't getting you to your dream. That's why you're still chasing. Time with friends? Come on now. Everything got to be sort of strategic when you're chasing after something. Because the things that your friends want to be doing right now, not for nothing, it's not taking you to that next level. Unless you all on the same brain, on the same chase, trying to get to the same end goal, you're not going to be going to the if everybody wants to go to an event, is that event going to fit everybody? That networking thing, does it benefit you to be there? Or would it benefit you to be somewhere else? What about the finances of it all? You're going to lose money. You're going to spend money on things that's probably not going to be beneficial. In the moment it seemed like it was, but then it turned out that it was a flop. It didn't hit right. That don't mean it's wrong. We just got to do it a little bit smarter. We're going to lose funds because there's subscriptions. You have to look at losing the funds is investing into that dream that you have. Right? When you're spending money for market research, when you're spending money to build out your team, to buy back your time, it's not a loss. We can't be so enamored with chasing the quick wins and forgetting that we're building something bigger. We're chasing after something bigger. Because at this point, we should have already have a framework of what the definition of our legacy is. Doesn't mean we have to know exactly what the definition of our legacy is, but there should be a framework. Because that framework is what's going to get you to the point where you're now chasing the dream. That framework is how you're going to be able to build it and live it in real life, right? This studio didn't build itself. It didn't just show up, right? At some point, I said, that's what I want to do. In the midst of all this chaos, I'm still gonna do this. So you mean to tell me, Kevin B. the brand, forget Kevin B. the brand, Kevin Bartholomew, you went out there and bought all this stuff. You done did all this research. You kept telling all the people that believed in you that I'm gonna do this, and you're just not gonna continue going on. You're gonna waste 3 days sitting on a couch because you're tired and you're preparing for the next week. What were you preparing for? Again, I didn't have the iPad in front of me. I didn't have my laptop in front of me. I wasn't sitting in the studio. I didn't have a notebook where I was jotting down new ideas. Hell, you could have had your phone in your hand and been doing some work. Myself and you, we have to sacrifice now to chase after this. We're going to be uncomfortable. Because that's how we're going to know when it's all worth it. People are going to ask, they're going to question, why are you pouring so much into something that ain't producing yet? Are you going to lie? Because right now, like Kaden asks, why is there only 3 videos? If he had asked again, I got to tell him the truth. I'm a opponent. Like, I talk to Kaden like he's a young adult. So if you ask me the right questions, I now have to figure out how to tell you, still understanding that you're just 8, but you look at things very literal. When you ask me, how come there's only 3 videos and you've been on for this much months, it doesn't make any sense. Why are you not producing yet? He's not talking about likes and views. He's not talking about followership. He's talking about the content. The content. When I step out of these doors and everybody's asking me all these questions on why I'm not producing yet, it's easy to lie to y'all. It ain't easy to lie to Tiffany. It ain't easy to lie to Kaden. Because they see what's going on. And that 8-year-old sees a whole lot more than some 40-year-olds. Why are you not producing yet? The cost of building something before anyone else sees it, that's what you're doing right now. That's the sacrifice part. You have to be willing to sacrifice in order to chase down this dream of yours. It's not just getting up and having all the ideas and buying all the gizmos and then just sitting. I told y'all in episode 1, 2 years I sat on Dear Legacy. In those 2 years, months of research, lots of funding going out the door, tear downs, put ups, push dates. And now look, you're being questioned by an 8-year-old. Your legacy is questioning you now. Dot number 3, he's trying to figure out why the first dot of his is not producing. For those that don't understand what I'm saying, the meaning behind Dear Legacy, the 3 dots, it's intentional. First dot represents my father. The second dot represents myself, which is the present, my father, the past, and then the future is Caden. That's what the 3 dots represent. Every generation is always working on 3 generations. Every generation is working on 3. If you're lucky, some of us are working off for 4, right? You're always dealing with the past, the present, and the future. Some of us are blessed enough to see another generation behind that. Let's get to number 4. Guilt will try to creep in. This one hits heavy, especially as a father. Let me be honest, especially as a Black father, in the times that we're in right now, raising a son on top of that. When I didn't even have a dad to model what it is supposed to be, right? You start asking yourself questions when it's quiet and it's getting hard and you're losing funds and you're not motivated and you're not getting the likes, you're not getting the views, and people are questioning you. You start to realize and ask yourself, am I being selfish right now? As a parent, if you listen to Rooster Reality, that show, me and Shu, my co-host, we kind of talked about it. And I had said how I know that I'm overcompensating because I know what it was like to not have. I put myself in a situation where my kid does never, I'm not going to say never, but he's not in a situation where he ever has to feel that he does not have, especially his father. Because I could give you me, but now I'm saying I'm going to add on another layer to this chaos. And then now I'm not even producing. So am I just being selfish? Is the time that I'm putting into this actually worth it when I could be putting it into my child? That third dot of the legacy, the future part, right? Is this vision and the dream that I'm chasing after about me, or is it about the future? These are the questions and the thoughts that just start to creep in, right? It's hard to believe certain things when you're in the moment and you're just watching it, right? You're seeing the sacrifices and you're being questioned. You see the support, but at the same time, it's like, ooh, Caden much would rather me sit on his couch and watch the latest episode of BFDI with him. He wanted me to sit there and watch Stranger Things with him. But it wasn't like I was doing these things. We watched all of maybe half hour of Stranger Things. And then I said, hey, Dad got to go do some work. I don't even know what work I did. Because before I knew it, it was time for him to get ready so he could go to Sister Cousin so I could go to the sneaker ball. It wasn't like I was saying create new content. And he literally was just questioning me on why I only had 3 videos after being on YouTube for months. It's hard to justify some things in your brain when you see that you're just naturally fucking up. You're fumbling. But then it always clicks, right? Kaden ain't looking for me to be perfect, right? I never claimed to be a perfect father. And he don't need me to be a perfect father. He just needs a present father and someone who is purpose driven, who is doing the things that he says that he's going to be doing. Right? Which is most kids. Most kids don't give a shit about what we got going on. They don't even grasp and comprehend some of the things that we got going on. And some of these kids that we're raising right now, like we said, they're suburb babies. They're trust fund babies. They don't have to live in that grit and that grind that we had to get to the point where we're at right now. But that doesn't mean we got to lose our grit and our grind at the same time, because they're still watching. They don't have the streets to teach them certain lessons. Right? They don't need to. You was in the streets. You learned those lessons. So if you already know that and you have these doubts in your mind, make it worth it. If the doubt's creeping in, it's because your subconscious is probably telling you something about yourself. Your subconscious knows what you're trying to be, what you want to be doing, what you should be doing. That's why the guilt's creeping in. Because what Kaden needs to see from me is that I keep showing up. I show up when it's hard. I show up when I'm tired. I say I want to do this YouTube stuff. I want to be this content creator. I want to be this speaker. I want to do this. I want to do the books. I want to do the X, Y, and Z while still being his coach, while still doing all this. He's watching. So if the guilt's going to be creeping in, make it worth it. If you're taking time away from everything else, or for the little bit that you're sacrificing from your child, make it worth it. Make that third dot behind legacy worth it. But it starts with what's happening in that second dot behind legacy. In that present moment, what are you doing? I told y'all, I'm not here to be building something for content views. I'm building something that he can look back on and say, my dad did that. He did that all while raising me, all while still showing up at all my teacher conferences, while being my coach, while still taking me out to go do things, while still traveling, while still working, doing what I'm supposed to do in the house and outside the house, setting the right examples, teaching them the right fundamentals. All that while pushing through all the doubt. That's real legacy in action. You can't deny that part, because what they're watching right now, we're shaping their mindset for good, wrong, or indifferent. When I'm on with Roots to Realities with Shu, I always talk about, the both of us talk about, what our kids are going to talk to their therapists about. Because what we're talking to our therapists is about, I say it's because I have multiple therapists. You need it. To be going through all this chaos, you need somebody that you could, I'm not going to say emotional dump on somebody, but it is what it is. You have to. So you could show up for your best self for that third dot. So that when Kaden next time asks me a question on how come there's only X amount of videos, it shouldn't be how come there's only, it should be, oh, wow, Dad, look at how many videos you have. Then we could dive into, Dad, look at the views. Dad, look at the likes. Dad, oh my God, that led to this speaking thing. That's how you did it. You're speaking in this big arena to hundreds of people, thousands of people by just doing the YouTube, by just doing the podcast. That's why you're a little tired. Because when you have to realize with the kids, they don't know why we're tired. They don't see the chaos. Rightfully so, because we shield them from it, right? That's part of the sacrifice. Truth number 5. You can't half-ass commit. I promise you. Half-ass committing is not going to work. I told y'all I'm in real estate. Shout out to my brother A. That man lets me get away with murder. I've been half-ass committing to real estate since 2016 when I first got my life. I'm going to say since about 2017, because that first year I was going. But then it got hard, right? This is when you realize what you're really made of. When things get hard, what are you going to do? I could honestly sit here and tell you my license has been active for all 10 years since I got my license in February 2016. This February is going to be 10 years since I had my real estate license. I've had countless deals, right? But the frustrating part that's always been for A and for those that's around me, imagine if I applied myself. If I didn't half-ass it. Half-assing gets me average about 3-4 deals a year. Good year. Bad year, 2 year. Two a year. You're half-assing. Right? And when you're out here chasing this dream, and maybe that the reason why I'm half-assing that is because I don't need to give my full 100% because that's not my true passion. I love helping people because clearly it's not about the checks. Because if it was about the checks, I wouldn't be half-assing because the checks are good. When they come in, the checks are good. But the chase and the vision that I'm going after, I know this is a subset of that, right? Which is fine. If you're half-assing something, you have to now sit down and ask yourself, why are you half-assing? Are you half-assing because the fire and the passion is just not there and it's a means to an end? That's perfectly fine. Just own it. I will say I never owned it, right? Because I'll bitch, I'll complain, I'll cry when I'm not getting certain deals. You know, you're looking like, damn, how'd they do that? You know the only difference is they didn't half-ass that shit. They didn't. They saw opportunity. They saw something, whether it's their passion or not. They didn't half-ass it, and it put them in a position for maybe there was something around the corner that was an actual passion, but they used this as a stepping stone to get to now chase their actual dream. You can't be treating your dream like a side hobby and expect full-time results. Right? If you're treating it like a side hobby, it's going to treat you like a side hobby too. What you put out is what you're going to get back. And if it's a side hobby to you, it's going to give you side hobby things back, and you can't be mad because that's what you dictated for it to be. I'm not telling you go out there and quit your job. I'm not telling you just run out and go do this. I'm just saying whatever it is that you're chasing, don't half-ass it. Put in the work, put in the effort, put in the time, put in the team, put in the funds. Give that 85. Because when I say don't half-ass it, that don't mean you got to go full 100%. Remember, we talked about this in episode 1. Putting out 85% is better than zero of 100. Because that's when we go back to when we talk about that you're not giving people something to be impressed about. No one's ever going to be impressed about 0. But if you put 85 out, now they're talking, now they're watching. As you grow it, now they'll get impressed with you. Because the thing is, you're either in or you're out. Excuse me. You're either in or you're out, right? And when I say you're either in and you're out, and you're out, again, it doesn't mean that you got to be full 100% in. It just means that you're dedicating your time, your effort, and everything to this thing that you say that you're chasing after, whatever it may be. And then along the way, while you're sitting there with your notebook and you're writing down, this is the goal, right? Now, to get to this goal, I might need to do option A as a stepping stone. And then from A, I'm going to develop it over to B. B is going to take me to C, and then around, and I'm going to be putting in the 40% over here, the 50% over there, the 70% over there, the 85. All right, cool. We cooking with grease now. We ain't got to be at 100. We're working towards 100. I told y'all, the days I did not want to record. I didn't record for 3 days. And I don't even have to worry about the editing stuff anymore. I know I gotta wake up at 4 something and 4, what's my alarm set for now? 4:45. I changed it. I used to be 4:30 and now I'm 4:45. Like the 15 minutes is gonna make a drastic difference. But you know why I had to change it? Because I've been procrastinating these days. So now I got to sit down and record on these days. So then now it's going past my 11 o'clock. Once it goes into midnight, 12:30, 1 in the morning, 3 hours of sleep. Yes, I said we're going to sacrifice sleep, but we got to be smart about the sleep that we're sacrificing now. Not everybody can operate off of 4 hours of sleep. It's been a long time since I've been in the military. When I was in my military days, I would be perfectly fine. 3-4 hours, I'm good. I could go run a mission. I'm telling you, man. If we focus on these five hard truths, and there's more out there. There's more truths out there. I just wanted to quickly get into these 5 with you guys, right? Because again, it's not about going viral. It's not about clicks. It's not about likes. It's about the journey. It's about this movement that we're on together. It's about being honest. It's about showing up because we said we would. Because I tell you, man, somebody is watching for the good or for the bad, whether they're looking for you to fail or rooting for you to fail, however you want to look at it, however you want to put that battery in your back, whatever chip you need on your shoulder to make it work, by all means do it. For me, that last question this weekend, when it from an 8-year-old, the one that you claim that you're leaving this legacy behind for, the one that you're building for, the one that you're sacrificing different times and different things so you could get it done, when he starts questioning stuff, come on now. They watching. He ain't watching because he thinks you're well, he might think I'm the world's greatest, but he's not looking for me to be perfect. I told him I got YouTube channels. You put that into the atmosphere, knowing that that's something that he likes and he loves. Knowing that these kids nowadays know about YouTube more than you. They know more about the internet more than you. All these AI bots, they know about it more than you. And you said, I'm jumping in that arena. When I was in the military, our motto for First BCT is always in the arena. Always in the arena and not doing nothing don't mean shit. You gotta be always in the arena doing it, showing up. Even when you can't see the people watching, someone's always watching. Because if I start, they'll start. So what you think's gonna happen if I stop? I told you, there's people that they say a simple "I see you." That means they're watching, right? They're not watching to see you fail. They're watching because they're in the same situations that you're in. And if you can achieve it, why can't they achieve it? And if I'm the cause of somebody else stopping or not chasing their dreams, I'm not going to be able to live with that. Because I told y'all, I don't need to change 1,000 lives. I just need to change one. I don't know which one it is. And I'm not counting Caden. I don't know who it is that I'm going to change. Because that one person could turn around and go change 10. The 10 that he changes could turn around and go change 100. The 100 that they change could turn around to 1,000. So that means I essentially played a part on changing 1,000 people, but I only needed to affect one person. So I can't quit now. I can't stop, because I won't be able to live with knowing that I had the potential to put somebody in a place where they're motivated to go out there and go get it. And my quit made them quit, because we're in the same similar boats. And if I can't do it, a line just popped into my head where New Yorkers say, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. You know why they believe that? Because one person that was in the same situation that they were at became successful. Then 5 more, then 10 more, then 15, 20. Now a whole city believes if I go to New York and then make it there, I can make it anywhere. They believe that. Are they all doing? No, but they believe it because they see somebody in the same situation that went out there and put themselves on the limb and said, I'm going to make it. And they made it, and then turned around and made others make it. Now they believe it. So I'm going to continue pushing on those days when I'm sitting on the couch and not wanting to record and wanting to relax and getting my rest for next week. Won't you get your rest when you actually do this thing that's successful and go on vacation? When the thing's on loop, when you 3-4 episodes in the bank, ready to go, that's when you get to go relax, because you earned that. You have to be willing to show up when it's quiet, when nobody's watching. In the military, they always said, do the same exact thing as if 1,000 people was watching when nobody's watching. Because in reality, somebody's always watching. Believe in it before it's pretty. Before everybody else tries to get a hold of it. Believe in it. Believe in you. That's how legacy is going to get built. By the things that you do and the believement before it gets the glitz and the glam. Believe in it so deep, so much that you're willing to do these 5 hard truths in order to make it happen. Another thing from episode 1 that AI had told me, it said, you spent most of your life helping others build. But when are you going to build for you? When are you building for us, for the family, for people like me, for anyone figuring it out in real time? So if you're in that hard truth season right now, you're not alone. You're not late. You're not broken. You're building. And if I'm being real with y'all, a lot of that comes from the fact that I didn't have a blueprint growing up. I didn't have a father to show me how to dream. So now I have to be that for Caden. And I'll be damned if he's going to sit there questioning something that I said that I'm going to be doing and it's not living to the expectations. If you're chasing something while raising a family, I see you. If you're building early, trying to get it right before life hits you, I see you. If you're out here being present, supportive, and still building something meaningful, I see you. If something I said hit you, drop a comment. Tell me what truth landed the hardest. Send this to somebody who's juggling purpose, parenting, building. Again, it's not about likes and followers. This is the Dear Legacy movement. And if you're building your legacy right now, welcome home. Subscribe and follow Dear Legacy, and let's take this journey together. Till then, go define it, go build it, go live it. Peace.